or TBL, I apologize. This week we will see Brendan or Darkest Devil 26 and the Vegas Golden Corviknights versus Nick and the Missouri Magnezones. So we're gonna go ahead and get right into the battle. No delay here, and yeah, so we're gonna go ahead and see the. Also, I'm joined by a friend of mine. You can go ahead and say hi now. Oh yeah,
Hello,
he's there.
I am here. I am putting out the stream ping actually because we forgot to do that.
Oh yes, we will remember for the future though. And this week, like I said, so
And we have a Galvantua versus uh, Colossal lead, and that is a huge issue. We get
yeah,
the webs out turn one. If he's staying in, he's probably sashed.
yeah. But the thing is, Colossal could easily set up rocks as well, and what that would allow. Oh, actually, good.
Or just rapid spin those webs away.
Yeah, that was a great turn one play to click rapid spin on the webs and get a speed boost. And this really puts the Galvantula into a situation where it's either you switch out or you risk losing one of your Pokemon on the second turn of the battle, unless of course, like you said, they're Focus Sash.
But either way, if he is sashed, that sash is broken.
Yeah. Also, you do see that the Colossal is carrying the Rock Blast, meaning that any Sash would not really be validated due to the multi-hit property of that move.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're going to see the Volt Switch. Going to go and send that Pokemon out of battle.
That did literally zero.
Yeah. That is a very bulky Colossal, as we have just seen. Alright, so I don't... Yeah. We will have to see here what Nick's best switch in is. Of course it is the Dracovish, the scariest Pokemon, probably I'd argue in any draft ever, because you pretty much need to draft around it at some points.
If you don't, you have to play your prep very well against that thing because you can literally just run Choice Scarf on it and it just kind of wins.
Exactly, but
it doesn't need anything special to nuke you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Brennan goes out into the Pre-Marina here. I don't know if that's the best play, depending on how much his Vicious Friend does, and it does do over 50%. And
the leftovers makes it probably a roll to kill.
Yeah, it would most likely be a roll, but the issue is, I would see that being a better play if the Pre-Marina was a Scarf set and the Dracovish was not. But like you said, yeah, continue.
We could see a Cabalion switch in here at this point, but I don't think he wants to reveal that switch in yet, especially if it's a roll at this point, or maybe he's banking on outspeeding somehow.
Mm-hmm. And the other thing you have to know is this is Brendan's water resist, meaning if this thing drops, he has no answer to Dracovish for presumably the rest of the game.
And he decides to take the hit. He lives on one.
The 1 HP, but he actually goes for Surf, which is a very interesting play. I don't really understand what the point of that play was.
I can't say I understand that either.
Yeah, I feel like
maybe he was thinking of switch.
Yeah, but then again, if it was a roll to kill and or maybe even he prepped it so it would live too, but I think you'd have to cover for that thing staying in because of how much of a threat it would be. But something I did just realize is he does have a Hydreigon or however you want to pronounce it, which is also a water resist, but obviously Pre-Marina was, I assume, meant to take the hit a little bit better.
Oh, we have Rage in the Discord. Man, bird of all people is raging.
Oh. Alright. I'm gonna go ahead and see the Draco Meteor clicked. I don't know if the Dracovish is Scarf. Yeah, he's gonna switch out. I mean, even if you were Scarfed, I think Vicious Friend is a 2-hit KO. So, yeah, he made the best play there by switching out. Goes into the Sarina, which isn't the most specially... Actually, it's relatively specially bulky. So, we'll see what happens here. It does about 50%, but of course there's going to be that special attack drop.
What does this arena even do? Does it get play rough? I don't remember.
Sarina gets play rough and high jump kick, and those are the two main moves you'd use versus it. versus a Hydreigon. But it looks like the thing's just going to U-turn out. Pretty good smart play. Just going to go ahead and go back to Brendan. Brendan having a very dominant lead, in my opinion, in this game, although having lost the Primarina, because he's positioning himself to the point where he can just kind of come in late game with one of his win conditions and just win the game. But we are going to see a Synthesis come out from this arena, and what this is going to allow it to do is it's going to allow it to get healthier. I don't know if it'll be able to take any hit or want to take any hit, including a Will-O-Wisp from the Weezing, but we'll just have to see.
It's for the Weezing switch-in. He has a lot of switch-ins for that Weezing.
Yeah, he even has a Salazzle, which is the only Pokemon in the entire game that can actually poison it, which is very funny.
Toxic Song, the poison type, is exactly how you should play.
Exactly. That's how every game should be played.
That is like the ultimate flex, but somehow I don't think he's gonna do it.
Yeah, I don't think he's gonna do it either, to be honest. Unless, of course, it is immune to Will-O-Wisp, and he does go into the Salazzle, which is really funny, because we were just talking about this. And there's actually just going to be a Sludge Bomb come off. It's going to do, I assume, it did a little bit more than I expected. Maybe
that too.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was like a quarter.
Yeah, I'd say about 20-25% on that. Looks like we're going to see it withdraw. It's going to go ahead and go right out into that Colossal again. Potentially take a Fire-type attack, which would be very nice. But we're going to see a Nasty...
That's a free Nasty Claw.
Yeah. That's a great play, because he knows that the Weezing just can't stay in there. And that really did just turn the tides for Nick. Because now he can...
The issue is, what does Salazzle have that hits Claws?
And the answer is, I don't think it has anything.
Maybe a poison move if you want to go crazy, but
yeah, I don't think it has much. Especially since we've seen how bulky this Weezing or this Colossal really is. But we will have to see. So it looks like we're just waiting for a little bit now. Don't really know what the holdup is, but yeah, the Salazzle's gonna go and switch out. Because like we said, it can't really touch anything. Gonna go into the Lucario here, which I think is a bit of a riskier play, because
that's an interesting switch.
Yeah, it really is, because on one hand, the Lucario can do a huge amount of damage to this thing with, let's say, a close combat, but on the other hand, we see the Colossal knows overheat and it's pretty bulky. So if it is a special Lucario, I actually bargain that the Aura Sphere here wouldn't even be able, or Focus Blast, maybe Focus Blast could kill, but I don't think Aura Sphere would be able to.
Yeah, we're probably seeing like a close combat or something come out here. It's visible.
Yeah, and the thing is, if this Colossal goes down, it makes it a lot harder for Brendan to play around some of the opponent, some of Nick's Pokemon, such as Salazzle, like we've been talking about. Ooh, we're gonna see the Choppleberry. Interesting.
Definitely tanking in close combat at that point, but
yeah,
flipping at like 25. That's got a low, but this Lucario is probably dead right now.
Yeah, barring a miss, which will not happen, thankfully. No hacks in this game so far. So the overheat will be enough, and it will just go ahead and destroy that Lucario. But the thing is, Stinky P or Colossal has taken a lot of damage at this point, and I don't know if Brendan has any wish support in the back. So this might make it really hard for him to switch into that Salazzle late game.
He still potentially has a bulky Cavalion switch in, I guess, assuming he doesn't let that Nasty Block get set up.
Exactly, yeah. But then again, Nasty Plot is such a free setup versus Weezing, because Weezing can't really do anything to it, so. But then again, the Sludge Bomb's also doing like about 25%, so definitely a lot going through these players' heads here. We don't really know what is, but we know there is a lot, if that makes any sense.
Well, we can safely say there's something.
Yeah. Otherwise, the game would be over.
Otherwise, the game wouldn't have even happened. It wouldn't have been any prepped.
That is true.
And we said that Galvantula would come out.
Yeah, that's a very interesting switch, because I don't really know what Galvantula is going to do. Potentially, it might know. Does it learn Earth Power? I don't think
It's probably just going to Volt Switch out at this point. I think the Volt Switch would kill.
Yeah, Volt Switch would be the best play because it would kill. But it looks like we're going to go ahead and see the Raichu switch in from Brendan, which is an interesting play, to say the least, because it's not really giving him much offensive pressure. And in the case he does predict that and click Bug Buzz, oh, he doesn't. He just clicks Thunder. So he was probably predicting the Volt Switch there, which was a good play. But that Thunder's going to do a decent amount of damage, I'd say about 30%. And it's going to put him in range, especially... Oh, he has Scarf, so we'll have to see. But he knows Quick Attack, which is interesting, so we'll have to see what happens here. But it looks like he's just making the safe play and clicking Psychic. Oh, Surf, excuse me. So the Surf is going to come out. This should kill, which it does. So Galvantula is going to drop here, and Brendan is slowly but surely taking the lead just by picking off Nick's Pokemon. And this is going to make it a lot harder for Nick because he's losing a lot of important pieces. Like, he lost Webs already, he doesn't have them up. He lost what other Pokemon? He lost Lucario, which is his main physical attacker besides Dracovish. But yeah, it's gonna be a lot harder for Nick to rebound from this because he's losing, like I said, the really viable pieces in this game. We do see this arena come in though.
That's probably forcing a switch out of that point because you're not. You revealed the Scarf right there. We know that for sure.
Yeah. But we're going to see a good U-turn come out. That covered really every option because a U-turn would be able to probably take out that Raichu. And it would also allow him to pivot in on something like the Weezing. Or pivot out on something like the Weezing, rather. So that was a very good play. We're going to see this Salazzle come back in. And this is probably, alongside Dracovish, because Dracovish is always there, Nick's best chance to win the game. Because, like we've been saying, the Colossal is really low, and I don't really see it being able to do much. But then again, one thing you have to know is that Cobalion is also Scarf, so maybe that could help it outspeed this Salazzle, which would be amazing prep from Brendan if you were able to get that to work.
It also kind of depends on how much SPDF investment he has.
That's very true.
I feel like even at +2, Cobalion can live something with enough investment.
Yeah, I agree. But we're going to see the Nasty Plot again. Smart play, but I don't know if a Sludge Wave would kill here because although it is stronger than Overheat, or stronger than Flamethrower. But we're actually going to see
Dragon Pulse comes out.
Dragon Pulse, which is actually a really good move choice because that could have also covered for something like a Hydreigon.
That's actually a really scary situation because now he knows that he doesn't have a Hydreigon switch in either.
Yeah. But we are going to see the
Cobalion.
Yeah, and will that Scarf be enough to save him? I reckon it will be. I don't know if Nick will be expecting the double Scarf from both the Raichu and the Cobalion. So we're going to go and see the Stone Edge come off. Stone Edge is going to go off. It is going to connect, and that will spell the end for this Salazzle most definitely. No Charity Berry to save you there. So Salazzle is going to drop, and that is a huge hit to Nick's strategy. But you have to keep in mind that he still has that really scary Dracovish in the back that he's done a really good job of preserving so far for this game. So we'll have to see what happens with that.
Even though it's item either. It could still be Scarf for all we know.
Yeah, it could be Scarf, but even if it is, I don't know if it's faster than the Cobalion.
Yeah, definitely not. It could probably take a hit, though.
Yeah. We're going to see the Magnezoness come in, so... That's actually... I mean, how many Pokemon is he? Should only have like 2 or 3. Yeah, he only has 3 Pokemon left, and Brendan currently has 4. So Brendan has an extra. I don't want to call it fodder, but Brendan has an extra piece here that he can use to just kind of maneuver around Nick if he needs to. But yeah, we're gonna go and see the Icicle Crash come out. Very safe play, just making sure he can get off as much damage as he can. Gonna do about 30% minus Black Sludge, so that's gonna be an interesting play. For sure. I mean, Earthquake was the obvious play, but he made a good mid-ground by clicking Icicle Crash. And he's going to go and do it again. Potentially go for a flinch here.
Either that or a crit, I suppose.
Yeah. We are going to see the Will-O-Wisp come out. It is going to connect. So no flinches, no crits, no misses. So no hacks at all that turn, to be honest.
And that Magnezoness is pretty much out of it.
Yeah, and the Magnezoness can't do anything else anymore, barring maybe Smackdown Earthquake, but even if it has that, he literally is the best prep. That is the best prep I've ever seen.
If he has that, I will be very impressed.
Yeah. Nope, he's just gonna Yeah, he goes for the safe stealth rocks there because he knows he has no more utility offensively. So the pain split's gonna come out. That's gonna give the Weezing a ton of HP back, and this is not looking good for Nick. He only has a Dracovish to really help him win the game at this point. He's gonna try to flinch him down, but I don't know if that will be enough.
You're going to need a lot of flinches to kill that thing.
Yeah.
And a flamethrower comes out. Does that pick up the kill?
No, he's he has probably thick fat. Gonna say the next one will be able to pick up the kill though. So.
What? And he only has like what 3 more turns before the burn kills him, even if it gets.
Even if he gets the flinches, yeah.
Which that would be impressive, but honestly, at this point, kind of worthless.
Yeah, I mean, the only way it would really pay off is if you crit and flinched for the next 2 turns, but it doesn't look like either of that will happen, and the Mammoth one will drop here.
Second bow minus the Dracovish and what?
Dracovish and I believe a mon we haven't seen yet. Or no, Sarina. It's Sarina.
And the Dracovish comes in.
Yeah.
Probably just clicking Fish's Rend, honestly. He doesn't really have any other options.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, Brendan is pretty much safe to sack off the Raichu here, because what that allows him to do... Oh, actually, he's going to decide to go into the Hydreigon. I don't know if that's a misplay or not, because Raichu really had no more utility in this game, but, I mean, he chooses to go in Hydreigon instead, which is an interesting play to say the least. Maybe this thing is very physically bulky. We are going to see the Fish's Rend come out. Still haven't seen the item on this thing, and that's going to just do a ton. Wow. So we'll have to see what happens here. We're going to see the Draco dropped again. But there is the Scarf Vicious Rend, and that is going to actually be really bad for Brendan. I don't know why he wouldn't just sack off the Raichu. Maybe because he knew something had to die, and he didn't... maybe he just wanted the extra Pokemon, I guess, but...
Actually a huge problem.
Yeah, because Brendan has no more water resist for the Dracovish. He's going to go out into the Scarf Cobalion, but I don't know. Actually, Cobalion, considering it's faster, and Dracovish won't have the double damage from the...
Cobalion has to get the one-shot out.
No, he's going for Volt Switch, which is a smart play, because that ensures that the Dracovish doesn't get any double damage or double power on the Fish's Rend, because it's not going first. So, good play by Volt Switching out. And we're going to see the Raichu come in. Very interesting. I do not think this thing will be able to live an attack. And at this point, I don't see much Brendan there. I don't see that there is much Brendan can do, because he just keeps getting hit with these huge Fish's Rends, and he's running out of Pokemon to sack off at this point.
Or Dracovish.
Yeah, I mean,
but
the only way. Yeah. Continue.
Cobalion probably picks up the kill here.
Exactly.
And does Serena beat both of his last Pokemon?
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure the answer to that is no, because the Weezing, like we've seen, is incredibly bulky. Dracovish is not going to be able to take that close combat, and I think Brendan will be able to secure the win here, barring a little bit of hacks, or a lot. We never know. Only 2 minutes left, but I think the battle should be able to end quick enough.
If he could timer stall for 2 minutes with a Serena, I think he deserves the win, honestly.
I mean, the thing is, Brendan is in a better position to timer stall, because what he can do is he can just go ahead and well, actually, I don't even know if it lives the close combat, so this game is pretty much over. And considering the fact you only have a minute to click your move, yeah, there's gonna be the close combat, and that should be game. Yep, there it is.
Indeed it is.
So Cobalion picking up, I believe, 3 kills this game. Very, very good set